Hello, welcome. My name is Abraham Enila. I am a data analyst with over 2 decade experience. And I'm going to use this session to discuss with you the importance of data analytics. Data analysis is no longer a future skill. It is a now thing. Many companies or corporate organizations are not just looking for data analysts or people that will analyze data. They are actually looking for people who will translate data into a proper decision making tool. Follow me in this session as I show you some of the very key things about data analytics in 2026. Now, let's talk about how to start your career in data analytics in 2026. And this session, we're going to be looking at the practical roadmap, the skills, the tools, and the career path. So, the first thing that we need to understand is that this session is practical, it's realistic, and it's based on what the market actually demands. So, this is not an outdated theory. It's actually what is happening now. So whether you are a student, a working professional, or someone looking to change career, this roadmap will help you understand what to learn, how to learn it, and how to position yourself for opportunity. Now, why data analytics matter? Data analysis drives decision making in organization. Data itself, many decisions that are made in corporate organizations today, or let me say all decisions are data driven. Okay, so it is no longer a thing of guesswork. It's no longer about using of your brain. It's about the skill of being able to use data to interpret, and get decision making process for the organization. So what the organization wants is evidence based decision, not just idea. So today we also know that AI has changed a lot of things in the world of data analytics. But if you don't have the foundation of how to write your research work, for instance, how to write your questions, how to interpret data, how to do some of these basic visualization and all those stuff, you're going to find it difficult to even understand how AI can help you to even increase your skill as an analytical thinker. So, having AI skill is the core. Data analytics is now the core business skill. And everywhere, every day, there's a high demand for data analysts. So, the key thing that I want you to know here, data analytics is no longer optional. It is now essential. It is essential. Then, who this career is for? Who is this career for? Who exactly is the person that will benefit from this data analytics course? Entrepreneurs or consultants? People who are business owners, people who are consultants need the knowledge of data analytics, because we are talking about making data driven decision. And decision without data means you don't have progress. So it's for students, fresh graduates that want to have career in data analytics and move forward faster, or career switchers. I have some of my friends who are switching from accountant as a profession into data analytics, or accountants and finance professionals can also still align it into their career even without switching. Then you have people who are into business operations and professionals. So if you enjoy problem solving, this career is for you. Data analytics career is for you. So it's relevant for students, relevant for accountants, managers, operational staff, entrepreneurs, or career switchers. Okay. Then, what data analytics really is. First, it's all about using data to solve business problems. Data analytics is using data to answer business questions. Okay? And it's involved collecting data, analyzing it, interpreting it, and of course, making recommendation that guides decision. So you can turn data into you can turn raw data into insights and action. And then, of course, data analytics support decisions with evidence-based decision making. So it's not about guesswork. It's not about using idea. So data analytics will answer questions like, why did performance change? Or what should we do next? So it involves a lot. Then, what data analytics is not? It is not just running software. You are not just trying to operate a software or trying to just write code. You are not just coding for the sake of developing a software. No. So data analysis is not just writing a code. It's not about memorizing formula. That you are developing some formula and you memorize and you use those formulas. It's not about that. Neither is it about guessing. It is structured. Data analytics is logical and is decision focused. So what it means is that you are a problem solver that creates solutions with data and answer vital business questions using data. Now, the core skills area you must learn. Now, in 2026, I will encourage you to focus on business and analytical thinking. We have business data. We have quite a lot of business data that people analyze on daily basis. Sales data, finance data, data about observation from marketing and all those stuff. So you should think about business and analytical thinking. You should consider data foundation and statistics. There are lots of decisions that are required in corporate organizations that has to do with investigation, carrying out surveys, and asking questions. But when it comes to carrying out survey, you don't just plug the data into just anyhow software. You need statistical analysis to be able to spot relationship, to be able to spot whether there's significance in the data, your hypothesis. You can set your hypothesis and see whether it's a null hypothesis or alpha. And then you make a decision based on facts and not just based on guess. Then you should think about analytics tools. To succeed, you should focus on developing your analytics tools. Then communication and storytelling. How do you tell story with data? Do you understand visualization, or do you want to know how to tell story using data and visuals? This is some very, very important aspect that you should be thinking about. And then, of course, ethical and responsible data use is very key in 2026 for progress. Now, business and analytical thinking is all about understanding how organizations operate. The revenue, the cost, the profit, the performance, the sales data, and so on. Asking the right question from those data, providing the right answer, and then, of course, linking analysis to business outcomes. So what this will do is that you will no longer be a person that creates or generates reports. You will now be a person that uses the historical data from the report to make vital or advise the organization to make vital business decisions. So accountants will create reports. Anything that has to do with about financial entries, the balance sheet, the income statement, the cash flow, And all the ledgers, they are all entries that has to do with historical data. But when you now get to the point where you now begin to pick this data to make vital business decision, then you have now become a very strong person in the organization. Then data foundation and statistics. We're breaking those things down. Data types, you should consider understanding data types and structures. What does it mean to clean data and data preparation, data quality and validation? So the basic things that you need to understand: statistics, mean, the median, the correlation analysis, the regression analysis, trend analysis. Some of all these things are powerful tools that will help you, especially when you're trying to establish relationship between two variables in data, or even more than two variables. The statistical tools are there for you. So, tools that matter that you should begin to consider in your data analytics journey in 2026. You should think about Excel. Now, you don't have to learn all these tools all at once. No. You take them step by step. It's a journey. Because if you think you want to just plug in everything and you're learning everything at the same time, it's going to lead to confusion. So the intention is not for you to get yourself confused, but you need to take it. I advise people to start with Excel. Excel is the foundation of all. Excel will introduce you to spreadsheet analysis. Excel will give you access to data analysis. Excel also gives you access to database management. So that's why, and visualization. So that's why you can see that Excel is a basic place to start. Then you can now begin to consider SQL, Power BI, Python, and AI tools. Very, very important. So it's a journey. It's a journey that you want to take. Now, talking about the things that you want to learn: communication and data storytelling. You are talking about explaining insights, in simple language. You want to build the skill of being able to explain. There are people who can't even explain the results of their data analysis in a very simple language that anybody can understand. And one thing that you need to understand is that insight is useless if it is not understood. It's key. So an analyst that cannot explain the analysis clearly is useless. His work is useless. Then in order to be able to do this explanation, you use visuals. Using visual effectively. Then making recommendations, not just observation. If you have observation, then what are your recommendations? There are a lot of people who have observations, and it's quite interesting. Observe this, but no recommendations. And that is not going to be the work of a good data analyst. And presenting, you should be able to present data to non-technical audiences. Okay. Then ethical and responsible data use. Yes, data privacy and protection are things that you should understand. Accuracy and integrity of data, avoiding bias and misuse, compliance and governance. So trust is critical in analytics career. If you are using a data, do you trust the data? Have you been able to verify whether the data is complete and it contains all the necessary information for you to be able to analyze effectively? If data has bias, then the whole essence of your analysis is defeated. Okay, so those are the key things that you need to understand. Then step-by-step career roadmap. A practical path into data analytics. Your practical path will be that you follow a clear path. Okay? There is no shortcut. You should follow a clear path. Learn the basics. master the right tool. It's very key. Like I said, learn the fundamentals. I have a program that is running, and of course, if you want to be part of it, you can also contact me, where I'm teaching people the basics of statistical analysis. Now, that has nothing to do with the tool. It's not about teaching SPSS or teaching Stata or teaching data analytics for Excel. This particular one is the fundamentals of statistics. There are a lot of people who want to use tools, but they don't understand even how to interpret. What does this mean? What does that mean? They don't know all the core terms of statistics, and they dive into statistical analysis. So fundamentals is very important. Then you master the tools, because even if you have fundamental knowledge, then how are you going to be able to interpret or showcase what you have? It's going to be the tools. Then practice with real data set. As much as possible, get data sets that will help you, that will help your analysis to make sense. Then build a portfolio. This one is key. Build a portfolio, validate skills with certification. So let's look at the step by step. Let's look at the breakdown. In the step 1, I said, learn the fundamental. Start with Excel basic and function. Talk about data thinking. Introductory class to statistics, understanding data sets. So that strong foundation will prevent the future struggle. Then core tool stacks. Choose your tool stack. So I suggest you start learning in this order. Start with Excel. There's a relationship between Excel and every other. So start with Excel. Then go to Power BI. You can always upload Excel file into Power BI for visualization and extensive analysis. Then you can go into SQL to write your query and to be able to put your query in place. And then you can now expand it to Python, where you now begin to do some very, very serious scientific analysis and order. So the depth is better than tool overload. Step by step. Make sure you get one proper before you move. Then after this, you can now begin to think about SPSS or Stata for your expansion. Then practice with real projects. I encourage you to get sales data. If you are using Power BI or Excel, get good sales data that will help you to get insight into data. Financial data, survey data. If you are doing statistical analysis, you will need survey data. Operational performance. So what are your focus? You focus on the problem, the analysis, the insight, and the recommendation is key. Step 4 will be to build a portfolio. So when you have developed your skill, how do you get opportunity out there? Projects that you have done speaks louder than certificates. If you are on LinkedIn or other places, you see people asking you for your profile. Your portfolio. Sorry. What are the projects you have done? Can we see the business problem you have solved? What were the recommendations you gave? Let's look at the data set you use. Which analytical approach did you use? Let's see your visualization and your actionable insights. So these are the things that tells an organization that wants to engage you that you understand these things. It's not just about presenting certifications and certification without a project work being completed. Then we'll talk about step 5. Certifications will help. Okay, so we cannot overlook certifications. Certifications will help. You need certifications like ACCA Data Analytics, and in fact, I have core training in ACCA Data Analytics as a certified ACCA Data Analytics an analyst. I do a lot of training in that. So if you want to get this training, I'm the right person to speak to. Then Microsoft Data Analyst is a core skill. You need it. You can even have Power BI certification, and Google Data Analytics is heavy. I have that also. I have my Google Data Analytics certification. I have ACCA Data Analytics. I don't have Microsoft data, but I have other areas of certifications in data analytics and all those things. So as much as you can, even if it is one or two, you can have. It's a point to get started. Okay. Then the career path in data analytics, you can become business analyst, financial analyst, operation analyst, marketing analyst, Power BI developer, or the data analyst consultants. One skill will give you many opportunities. So that's what you should be thinking about. Then common mistakes you should avoid in this whole skill is learning too many tools at once. Please avoid it. Concentrate on one, master it, move to the next one. Concentrate on it, master it, move to the next one. Avoid the mistake of learning too many tools. Then another thing is ignoring business context. So there are people who don't value information from business context. They do a lot of theoretical things and they don't really dive into information that will help them to build a proper business data analysis. Then they avoid statistics. You see, statistics is too cumbersome. And there are lot of opportunities coming in statistical analysis. You shouldn't avoid statistics. The data, when you're analyzing data, you don't avoid statistics. Statistics is core, it's important. Then when people are developing themselves, another mistake they make is that they wait too long to apply what they have learned. Don't wait too long. I mean, if you have one skill very well, you can begin to apply it. Okay? Then lastly, copying projects without understanding is error. You can't just copy project. Try to understand it before you work on it. Okay? I do a lot of breakdown of projects. Each time I have access to projects, I will break the projects down. I will take it through one by one analysis and all those things to have clear understanding. The final advice I want to give here is that you should focus on problem solving, not tools. Practice consistently. Think like a business leader. Communicate clearly and keep learning. Understand that data analytics rewards clarity, not complexity. So it's not about trying to present complex tasks. Clarity is key. So the call to action is start learning today, practice with real data, build your portfolio, then stay consistent. Your data analytics career starts now. It starts now. So if you want to contact us, you want to join our data analytics career group, contact us using this WhatsApp number or send email to us or call. Okay, and you can also use the WhatsApp group link that is on the screen to join the WhatsApp group where you have access to our training platforms and other information. We will drop this link also in a supportive text with this video just to be able to give you access to the group. So this promises to be a great experience as you join us in our data analytics career path to develop your skill and become a data analyst in 2026 and start living well, start living fine. And I can assure you, with my experience, there is future in this. So join us.